Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are here to take a look at and rank all of the Blu-rays and 4Ks that I watched in November. It's quite a stack over here, so pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so everything that I watched in November, at least on 4K or Blu-ray on physical media, I'm going to rank these 4Ks based on, how good they are, how much I enjoyed the film. So there's some objectivity and some subjectivity. And the same thing with the Blu-rays, and I'm just going to have some fun with it. I got, I think, 10 or 11 4Ks and only like 3 Blu-rays. I'm hesitant to buy Blu-rays anymore because I am a victim of the Blu-ray curse quite often. And I also have one TV series over here. So let's go ahead and just knock the TV series out of the way. I did a full review on this. I dropped it on Thanksgiving, but I watched a lot of the Friends episodes, like pretty much all the Thanksgiving episodes, and I watched a lot to review it. I think this is a really good set. It looks amazing. It definitely looks the best that I have seen it look ever. And some people are like, well, they altered the color a little bit. They did do a new color grade to bring out better skin tones. And it maybe altered, it is more of like a tint shift on some things that you pick up that are blues and greens. But that's because they corrected the washed out skin tones. But you can change that. And I have people, I'm not buying it because like Rachel's dress doesn't look right in this one episode, where the one where nobody's ready. That's the name of the episode, because Jennifer Aniston tweeted about it. But honestly, I just changed the color setting on my TV. One button, different calibration, because I have several different calibrations on mine that I set up and save, and it looked perfect, like for that episode. But if you really want the vibrancy brought out, you're going to leave it to your standard 4K setting and everything, but you can change it. So I really like this. I borrowed this from my ex-wife, Cindy. She's let me have this thing for like over a month or so now. We're big Friends fans. We always watch Friends. And I hooked her up with this on Groove, so she let me borrow it. And I got to hand it back, so I'm hoping to get a set for myself here soon, because I do love it's a comfort show for me, and I enjoyed it. They're the original aired episodes. They're not cut for syndication. Now, some people are like, oh, if you're a purist, you want the uncut episodes, not the uncut, but the extended episodes of some of the episodes they put on DVD that had additional scenes added. You will get a disc on here with some supersized episodes that they call them that aired that are separate. But this is the original, what they look like when they aired on the day that they aired. And to me, if you're a purist, it's more of that. The other stuff is like an extended director's cut. And some of those add another minute or two to an episode that never aired, right? That just was on the DVD. So purists would want the actual air date, what it looked like, I would argue. And that's what you have here. It's not the ones that are cut down several other minutes for syndication. So like when you watch reruns, there's probably another 2-3 minutes cut off, and music cues changed and all kinds of stuff from the original air date episodes in order to get more commercials in them for syndication. You won't find that here. So it is a nice set. I enjoy it. Everybody's going crazy in the house, but we just got back from out of town. So check it out. I highly recommend it. I think it's down like $144 or $150 on Groove. And if you have a new account with Groove, if you open a new account, you get 20% off of that. So nice set here, and I recommend it. It's a TV show, so I can't rank it with the other 4Ks. Now, from a Blu-ray standpoint, I only watched 3. I got 3 new Blu-rays. One of them was from a subscriber, Daniel Marks, and he sent me Thanksgiving on Blu-ray, and I've never seen this on 4K. I've only seen it streaming and on this Blu-ray. It looked really good. It's at the bottom of the 3 that I watched, not because I don't like the movie, because I think it's a fun, good Thanksgiving slasher horror movie. Maybe a little over the top in some places, and a little bit of a gross out factor that Eli Roth can't stop himself from. But there is a 4K out, so you got to take that into consideration. And the other 2 on here, you'll see why. Like, I mean, there's no way I could put this above it, but I did enjoy it, and I'm glad to have this. Like, unless somebody gives me a 4K of this, I don't have a reason to upgrade this to 4K. I just don't think it's going to look that different. And for what it is, I'm probably going to watch it, once a year, and I'm happy to have the Blu-ray. So Thanksgiving comes in at 3. It actually surprises me what comes in at 2, because I initially thought this is going to be number 1, but we're going to talk about number 1 in a second. Number 2, I was able to get City Slickers, which is a Shout Factory release from like 5-6 years ago, and I ordered it on Amazon, and it still came with a slip. It doesn't even show in the picture on Amazon, it doesn't even show a slip anymore. And here it came brand new with a slip. So I was pretty pumped about that, because it was only like $15. And I got this when I was doing my ranking my Westerns video, and I realized I didn't have this. I hadn't seen it in a long time. It does scare me a little bit, because it does come from a 4K scan. So it does have a 4K out there in Westerns, and I consider this a comedy Western. It does come, there is a 4K out there, but this movie is a lot of fun. Jack Palance, as the rugged old, Western staple, as the rugged old Curly. And then you have Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and Bruno Kirby. What freaks me out about this is I remember seeing it because they're turning 40. And so they're going to go do this cattle drive, to midlife crisis or whatever. They looked 40, and this is like this is in the late 1980s, I believe. Might be 1990 or 91. They're 40 years old looks way different than people who are 40 or even 50 now. It's amazing how the aging and the way people look, act, and everything else is so different. But Bruno Kirby, the late Bruno Kirby in here, Daniel Stern, Billy Crystal. This is a fun. You even got Helen Slater in here. Fair is fair, Billie Jean. But I have fun with this. I was so pumped to get the slip, and love this movie. Glad to have it in the collection. Looks great. I mean, put it in a 4K player that'll upscale. You're watching on a 4K TV. It looks really good. You'd be hard pressed for the 4K, because it is a 4K transfer onto a Blu-ray. So City Slickers comes in at number 2. And number 1 is one that I was so blown away with. I'm going to have to do a whole video on this. You guys that follow me know for months now, I've been doing an ongoing series of the best years in movie history. And I'm about to get back to that. I got a couple of those coming up. And this is a year that I've already done. But I'm going to have to talk about this video. I'm probably going to do a video talking about this, because I was blown away by this from MVD. 1982, greatest geek year ever. While I don't know about that, because 1984 has some serious argument there, and we're going to get into that debate, I think. I got to finish my years, my top 10 years, and then we'll get into that maybe. But I think it may end up coming down to 82 and 84. They make a strong case for 82 in here. This documentary is incredible. It is literally still playing over there on my TV. I have watched this multiple times now, and it's like 3 hours long, and it goes by so fast, it like leaves you wanting more. It is a nostalgia trip beyond like what I was expecting. I wish they would do one of these. Like, I would be down to help make a documentary for one of these for like 1984. and for other years, because this thing is friggin' amazing. You're talking about 80s when I was a kid, so I love this stuff. I mean, this is going to talk about all of your great movies from the 82, Poltergeist, E.T., First Blood, Rocky 3, Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. You've got The Thing in 82 coming out. You've got Blade Runner coming out in 82. I mean, it is just absolutely Tron in 1982. Just loads of stuff coming out. Creep Show in 1982. This movie or this documentary is just blew me away. It just blew me away. It's over there playing. It keeps catching my attention right now. This will be like a comfort thing for me to play. So I'm going to do a video talking about this. I'm going to mention this, and I'm probably going to have a fight with 82 versus 84 video coming, and I'm going to review this some more and show you guys some clips from this. They have lots of actors, actresses, directors, so much stuff that they got to talk on this. I even just saw Brea Grant, who's been in a lot of things. She's a friend of my friend Chance, so I've emailed her, talked to her about being in Bring Me a Dream, but she had a conflict and couldn't do it. So it's a lot, man. This is so cool. I can't wait to dive into this more. I recommend this to anyone who can get it, and we're going to talk about more later. But that is my number one Blu-ray. All right, 4Ks. This is a little bit of a cheat because this is a 4K scan, but this is with the Criterion collection. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11. So this is coming in at 11. This is with the Criterion collection as a 4K scan. There's also an existing 4K out there. So from Arrow. So I put this here. I just watched this movie like right at the end of November before I went out of town. And David Cronenberg is messed up. I'm talking about Crash. I don't know. I mean, this is like an erotic drama where James Spader is stars in this, and you have Holly Hunter in here. And James Spader, he's like a filmmaker. He and his wife, and they get off on like, you know, sleeping with other people and telling each other about it and stuff. And then he's in a bad car wreck. And from there on, him and and Holly Hunter, who's a victim of the other car wreck, and his wife, they begin to get turned on by cars and by people who are scarred up from accidents and stuff, and it devolves into this weird like thing where people and machine together. Cronenberg is guy he's interesting, but Crash, it looked great. It's Videodrome is still my favorite. Cronenberg, Videodrome and Fly. He's got a body horror and psychosexual thing going on a lot of time, but Crash, it looks great. I mean, I'm glad to have it. I don't know how often I'll watch it because it takes you to a weird mental place, but Crash coming in at number 11. At number 10 is Robert Eggers' The Northman. It's my first time watching this. And if any of you guys want like full reviews of just any of these movies, comment down below and I can do a full breakdown of them. A couple of them I've already done. Robert Eggers, he has a very particular filmmaking style, and I like this movie, so I want to go ahead and say that. Like, I liked it, but there's no point to it. I don't feel like there's much of a point to it. And that's fine, I guess. But, so I really wanted to see this because I was intrigued so much by The Witch. It was not my favorite, but, I wanted to see this because, I mean, if you guys follow me, you know, like I'm of English and like Scandinavian ancestry. So there's like literally Vikings on my family tree, Vikings and Knights, which is pretty cool when you go back and did the deep dive in ancestry. So I was really interested to see this, and I think it captures a lot of things really cool, really, really well. There is an awesome fight at the end. No character really learns anything in this movie. There's cool visuals. The pacing is Robert Eggers pacing. But like, there's also not, I don't know, like his movies always just leave me wanting a little bit, and a little bit like, you were right there and you dropped it. You were right there and you dropped it. Now this one has way more satisfactory ending, in my opinion, than The Witch. So this is one I will probably return and watch more too, for just like enjoyment over study. Like The Witch I will watch for studying purposes. But I mean, I like this. Ethan Hawke, I wish was in it more. I wish there was more explanation. There's not a lot you can say without spoiling it, like what I want to say. So if you guys want me to do a full review of this, you can. I know it's been out for a long time. You can let me know. But visually, it looks great. Robert Eggers stuff is always slightly washed out and dulled out to me, but like the 4K looks great, and it's kind of down here just a little bit, because it's not like it's not loaded with extra features, but it does have a fair amount. I know there's a big set out there, so The Northman comes in at number 10. Now, the next one on my list, I've been doing a big Brian De Palma deep dive, and now I like all these movies, so let's go ahead and clear that up. All 11 I like, and I'm glad to have them. The next one is from Kino Lorber. They had the 4K, Criterion had the Blu-ray, and it is Dressed to Kill. This is a De Palma film, and you got Nancy Allen in here. Michael Caine is in this movie. The interesting thing about this is I watched it early on. Angie Dickinson's in here too. This felt very much, it has Giallo flavor to it to me, like a Giallo film, with like the razor cutting and the way the woman is attacked and all this, like right from the jump. I felt that. Now it's definitely sexy. Brian De Palma is going to have his sexiness. He's going to have his nudity. He's going to have his style. Sometimes I feel like he goes a little style over story. And this one's from 1980, so this one's like, a bit earlier on. But I don't know. I really like the movie. It definitely feels like Brian De Palma's take on a Giallo film to me, even though he always is very influenced a little bit by Hitchcock. I love the sexy, erotic, like murder mystery thriller. I like that kind of stuff. Because I think those things kind of go hand in hand with this style of movie. So I definitely enjoyed the movie. It is not my favorite of De Palma's, but I am very happy to have it. This 4K looks amazing by Kino Lorber. It looks really great. They had a brand new HDR and Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan from the original camera negative. And, you've got a lot of, like, psychosexual fantasies and stuff going on in here, a little murder mystery type thing. I'm telling you, a little Giallo to it, but and Hitchcock with Brian De Palma's shooting style. I liked it. Not my favorite of his, but definitely one that I will rewatch plenty of times. Coming in at number 11, 10, 9, 8 on the list is Godzilla -1. I did a full review of this, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It looks great. I enjoyed the action sequences. It has a good story to it. I just think it drags in some places, and I feel like those could be cut tighter. But other than that, I mean, I really like this movie. And I know there's a black and white version out there, and I'm sure that's cool. I don't have it on here, but the color they did on this leaps off the screen, and very glad to have it. Got my Blockbuster box set to cover this awesome steelbook that is very hard to get your hands on anymore. And absolutely loved it. Glad to have it. Godzilla -1. Next up on the list is one I also did a full review on, and that is Mike Flanagan's Hush. This 4K looked good. I did the full review on this. I like the movie. I'm not the biggest home invasion movie guy, but out of the ones I have seen, this one is my favorite, and I'm glad to have it. I'm starting to think, though, that people don't know what they want, because this is an example right here. I did a 4K review on this. I know my man over at Ken over at Mid-Level Media did a review on this, and others, and people aren't really watching those reviews like they do other movies. This movie is not selling out at Scream Factory. Not even the very limited amount of sets with the autograph of Michael Flanagan. Those aren't even selling out, and they had a very limited amount of those. But people say, oh, why won't Scream Factory do something new? Won't they do something new? They just keep putting out stuff that they're re-upping, the stuff that's familiar. We need some different stuff. Now, here's something that's been locked on, streaming for a decade plus, right? And they come out with this banger of a release that has posters and multiple slip covers, 2 whole new 4K restorations of the film, the special shush cut nobody's seen, done in 4K, this other, the original theatrical cut done in 4K, all of these amazing special features. It's a 4-disc set, 2 4Ks, all that kind of stuff. And people are like, yeah, awesome release, about time. Scream Factory's doing something great, and they're not buying it. Nobody's buying it, and nobody's watching reviews on it. And yet, Silent Night, Deadly Night is selling out, and people are buying, people are watching those reviews as much as they can and stuff like that. It's just like, sometimes it just proves that, like, maybe people like the idea of new and different stuff, but they still go back more often and buy and watch and consume the stuff that is tried and true, that they are familiar with and that they love, and it has all this nostalgia and everything else, because this should be sold out. It should be. And it's nowhere near it. And people just aren't watching it. But and they're not watching discussions about it. But I enjoyed it, and it's a great 4K. Is it one of the 4Ks of the year? I don't know about that. We'll see when I get to review that. But it is a damn good 4K, and I liked it for a home invasion movie. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. All right, coming in at number 6, I'm continuing my De Palma deep dive, and I'm going to do a whole video on De Palma, so I'm trying to spend a little less time on these. With Blowout. I got the Criterion 4K on the Criterion sale. Everyone had recommended Blowout, and I really liked it. I really did like Blowout. It's a little slow. And in some ways it lacks a little bit of the style. I'm not going to say it. It maybe lacks a little bit of De Palma's style when compared to a couple of his other films. And it's just, the story doesn't set itself up to be as fast paced. What I love about this is, of course, John Travolta in here is like, he's like a movie sound guy. So the minute you start bringing in behind the scenes movie stuff, you're going to get me in. I'm so glad to have this. I'm going to do more in depth on this. It's a great looking 4K. So when I get into my De Palma video, hopefully you guys are interested. If you're not, say don't do that shit down there in the comments. But I'm hoping to go in deep with this. 1981, and John Travolta did a damn good job. I think you have Nancy Allen in here again. So she worked with De Palma a few times, I guess, at least a couple of times. And I don't know. It's yet. I'm trying to think, because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to blow it. But I really liked it. The 4K is really good, and I've actually watched this twice already. So that's how much I liked it. So don't think because it's like, man, it's down at like 6 or whatever, he must not like it. No, I really like this movie. It's just the stuff that's coming ahead of it. It's tough to deal with. So Blowout, coming in at number 6, nice 4K, my expanding Criterion collection that I have a lot of plans for in the coming months or so. But Blowout comes in at I done forgot the numbers again. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're in the top. Hey, look, I got like a couple hours sleep, and I've driven a long way, and I'm jumped up and did this video. So, and I got a live stream coming tonight. So, breaking in the top 5. I've actually had this one for a little while. It was very hard to get. I got it on the re-release that's gone again now, I believe. But I am talking about Chinatown. This is a damn good movie. And I have to say, I am not sure I had ever seen this all the way through. Like, I had to watch certain amounts of this, I remember, in film studies in school. But I don't know if I had ever just sat and watched the whole thing all the way through until I watched this. And Risha watched a good portion of this with me. And yeah, it says an essential noir classic. I would say that. I would also say that Jack Nicholson is great in this. It's another one of those situations where, man, it was like he's only like 40 in the movie or right there. And it's like, whoo, man, people age differently because he looks and feels way older. But the cinematography on this, the colors, the setting, the 4K of this is redonkulously good. Now it's a little slow paced. It also comes with the 2 Jakes in here, and I know a lot of people reviewed this already. So but this was my first watch, and I really did like it. I don't know if it's one that I'm going to rewatch like all the time because you got to be in a certain mood because it is kind of it's slow burn for me anyway. And I mean I like slow long run time movies, but you know it's just kind of the pacing of it a little bit. But I had a lot of fun watching this because it's just so stunning in 4K, and I don't even have an OLED, but it is absolutely stunning and comes in at number 5 on the list. Trying to expand that Paramount Presents line. I got Ghost too. I just haven't had a chance to watch it. Coming in at 4 is another one I did a big full review on that tons of people watched. One of my biggest videos of the month. I'm surprised this isn't higher. It's only not higher because they gave no special features with this whatsoever, really, at all. I'm talking about the Terminator. Coming in at number 4. I think it's an amazing 4K. And I back it up. It's not just an opinion. If you want to check out that video, I have it on here. Of course, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my top 25 favorite movies of all time. Arnold is one of my top favorite actors, movie stars of all time. A big love for Arnold and everything he's done in his life. I love this movie. I think the 4K looks incredible. It looks incredible. And people who try to find something wrong with it, it's for other reasons that you're hunting something wrong with it, not because of the movie itself. It's because you're doing it for clicks or you're butthurt about James Cameron being a hard ass, in my opinion. But I really like this 4K. I think it looks great, and it's a bare bones. It's bare bones. Like I kept my old DVD. Thankfully, it had way more, had like a documentary and everything else on it. They did nothing for this. So for that, it can't come to the top. It can't come to the top because it's bare bones. The art's cool. The movie restoration's great. But it comes in at number 4 because you gave us nothing else with it. And for this movie, that's absolute bullshit. We needed a lot. This needed a chunky box set from Arrow with all the bells and whistles or something. Like that's what this needed, and we just got a bare bones set. But it is an amazing movie and a great restoration. So it comes in at number 4. At number 3 is one I had not seen in forever. I did a review of this too. You can check this out on the channel. I had a blast rewatching this, so much so that I had to run out and buy part 2, even though it's only on a Blu-ray. I am talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night. For full disclosure, I've never seen part 2. So I've seen this one several times. I had not seen it in so long, though. It almost felt like a first watch. And the 4K it could be a 4K of the year. It's that good. And this is a nice 3-disc set. It's a little lower because we didn't get like a poster or anything with this for the same amount of money that we get other stuff. And I think you you know, I don't know. I mean, as I'm thinking about it now, it should have maybe been 2. But the other movie is, I'm happy with it, but this could have pushed higher. This is an awesome 3-disc set. I think the restoration's good. The movie is so fast paced, so fun. I almost just wish they'd have done part 1 and 2 together. Maybe is what I was going to say, and or they could have done all 3 and released a set. But that shouldn't go against this itself. They do add that other footage in here that you can tell looks really bad, but they give it to you on a Blu-ray. So you get the 4K, you get a Blu-ray, 2 different Blu-rays, and you get some new audio commentaries. You get a fair amount of new and ported over special features. So you can't really knock the special features on this, but the movie's fun. It is definitely fun, and I had way more fun with it than I remembered. And the 4K looks outstanding. Could be definitely probably going to be in the top 10 4Ks of the second half of 2024. Will it be in my top 10 4Ks of 2024 overall? I don't know. I'm going to do my top 10 4Ks of the second half of 2024. That's going to come out sometime here in December. And then I'm going to do, in January, I'm going to do the top 4Ks for all of 2024. So once they're all out and I have evaluated all the ones that I've seen. So, but this one comes in at number 3. I think you got to grab it. You got to grab it. If you're a fan at all, now's the time. You're going to want to watch it around this time of year. That's why I went ahead and I think I got the Blu-ray from Scream Factory on Amazon for like $15.99 for part 2. So, happy to have it. All right, number 2 is another Brian De Palma. I had it before November, I think, but I watched it in November, and I probably watched this bastard like 5 or 6 times. This may be my favorite De Palma movie. And the first time I rewatched it, I even told my buddy Brian at Last Movie Standing, I'm like, kind of got a love-hate relationship with it because De Palma goes style over story. But the more I've watched this, the more I like it. I even re-ranked it on Letterboxd. If you're not following me on Letterboxd, follow me on Letterboxd. And you can find me on there at AVA Pop Culture. I'm trying to get more active over there and review stuff. The link is down below. The link to my Instagram is down below too. Trying to get the Instagram numbers up. It's at American Vintage Adventures, which is the overall my umbrella of stuff here. It's at American Vintage Adventures. A lot of these distributors and the boutiques, they look at your social media accounts if they want, before they let you review stuff. So I would like to hopefully, start getting you guys stuff earlier reviews. So follow me at Instagram and Letterboxd. But this movie, Body Double, holy shit! Like this may be like pushing over Carrie for me for at this point now. That's how much I have changed upon rewatching. This is so much Hitchcock. This is so much 80s. This is murder mystery. This is sexiness. It's got your hot nudity and all that kind of stuff in there. In the movie, they're making a movie, so that gets me in. This checks a lot of boxes for me. Man, Hitchcock is there. There's some Rear Window in this. This is definitely, I mean, it's up there. Melanie Griffith is hot in here. It's a murder mystery, a whodunit type of thing. You got Barbara Crampton sighting at the beginning. And actually, I was chatting with Barbara Crampton on Instagram, and she told me that there was actually more scenes that she shot, and that she actually had talking lines and stuff in this movie that got cut out for her very memorable, all nude like sex scene at the beginning of this movie. But it was interesting for her to tell me that there was a lot that was cut out of this, and that she had a lot of talking. So I have not checked, honestly, on the special features to see if like some of that's on there. I've just been so busy and watched the movie. But this does have some special features with it. I don't have the J card laying right here. I love this movie now. I do. And it may be my favorite Brian De Palma. We'll have to see. I'm going to do some rewatching of Carrie. I'm going to finish out his filmography, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. But for this time, it comes in at number 2. And to be honest, to be honest, if it wasn't for the iconic and nature of number 1, this would be number 1 for the month. But you guys know I did a Thanksgiving watch list. There is certain movie that I watch every Thanksgiving, and I had this 4K set, this new 4K set, and I made myself wait till November to watch it. Now, if you guys want a full review of this, let me know. I've had some people ask me, but Rocky and Rocky 2, they come in at number 1. Me and my son watched these. It was his first ever sit and watch of those. He seemed like 3 and 4 because, you know, those are more like fast paced. And he's, you know, 3 has Mr. T and Hulk Hogan in it, and 4 has Drago. But we sat and watched 1 and 2 on 4K, and they're badass. These are great 4Ks. These are great 4Ks. This set is awesome. This set has a lot going for it. Is not the packaging. The packaging sucks out loud. But my man over at Blockbuster Box Sets, he's about to fix all that for us here real soon. But this has Rocky 1, 2, 3. It has Rocky 4, the theatrical cut, but it also has Rocky 4, Rocky vs. Drago, both in 4K. And then it has Rocky 5 in 4K. And then it has Rocky Balboa, and it has both cuts of this too in 4K, the theatrical and the director's cut of that in 4K. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically 8 4K versions of these movies. And that's a lot. So you got to take that into account. It's loaded. It has a lot of other special features. It has a bonus disc with special features, including extended behind-the-scenes documentary, The Making of Rocky vs. Drago, Keep Punching. That was a whole release in and of itself. This, other than the packaging, this is an amazing release, and the 4Ks are outstanding. Of course, Rocky is my favorite movie of all time, which is why, and I'd been making myself wait to watch it. Now, spoiler alert, I watch part 4 every December because it takes place at Christmas. And part 5 as well. So this, I mean, it had to be number 1. It's amazing. I could do a deep dive with, full breakdown and videos if you guys are interested in this, especially when I get my Blockbuster box set. Maybe I'll do a whole thing, cover all of it. But it had to be number 1. And that is what I watched this month. I think I might have watched other stuff on streaming. I'm trying to remember what all else I watched. Of course, I watched some other Westerns, but I need to expand my Western collection. I just picked up, they finally came. I got Dances with Wolves and Unforgiven. Now, this isn't a 4K, but this is. And these were like $10 on Groove. And I hadn't had a chance to watch those yet. So Westerns tend to look good and trying to expand that collection. But that was pretty good considering how much I have to, watch and review and film. And with everything that was going on with my son's football and us going out of town and Thanksgiving and my stepdad's birthday and my son's birthday, lots of stuff happening in November. But let me know what you watch. Let me know what you think of these and my rankings. Let me know if you want me to deep dive into any of these movies that I haven't deep dived into for their own video. And I'll try to get to that. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I have a live stream coming tonight. You should see this kind of early in the day on Friday. I have a live stream coming tonight and a lot of videos planned for you guys coming up. Please, if you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. I know you hear that all the time, but it really does help out the channel. And a lot of people look at that for us content creators here. And we're trying to reach as many people as we can. If you want to help support the channel, you can join below at my Patreon or right here on YouTube and get your name in lights, special access videos, all kinds of special things, my filmmaking stuff, behind the scenes, short films, all kinds of stuff. And it really does help support this channel a whole lot. This channel means a lot to me and my family, and I love sharing all this with you, and I want to do it every day. I want to do it every day. I just went on vacation, and I missed sitting in the chair. I really did. I missed sitting in the chair talking to you guys and then doing this and talking movies. And I probably drive my family crazy talking movies so much. But I really do enjoy it, and I hope you do too. And I keep links, Amazon links to everything that I talk about are down here in my descriptions. Anything you purchase if you click on one of those links, anything you purchase while you are there helps the channel, and it really does mean a lot to me. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.